The spiritual formations of children is very unique, and it's not even that difficult to understand. And so I want to illustrate it to you this way. When a child is young, preschool, and even as a toddler, a baby, they are learning these things about trust, relationship, and we are like Jesus with skin on. So when they come to you at the church and you are loving them and you're singing to them and you're telling them Bible verses, even though they can't speak to you as infants, they are understanding. They're getting a lot of information. And as they get a little older, they're starting to put more things together. So think of it like this. A child's spiritual formations is like an empty bookshelf. And they're gathering information, they're putting it on the shelf, they're becoming more familiar with things in the Bible. So as Sunday school teachers teach those who, what, where, when lessons, they're getting those foundations and they're putting them in on their bookshelf in order. And sometimes they're out of order and they hear something later when they're older and they're like, oh, that goes here, that makes more sense. And so we are responsible to continue to fill the bookshelf. It's not just about Bible content. It's also about when parents and grandparents and when teachers say it's time to pray, instead of just a little task to check off, it's time to pray, we're actually saying right then that it's time to pray because Jesus hears our prayers. And when we do that, we're passing on our faith, and they're putting that on the bookshelf. So we want to tell them, why do we serve? Why do we give? Why do we worship? All these whys they need to hear, not just, come on, let's go to church. We need to be investing in all of the whys. And we have to simply use our words, and then our actions back that up. So we trust God, we give, we serve, and that's why we do it. And so when we are seeing children gather this information, Bible knowledge, this life that's lived out in front of them, they keep gathering this up, filling up the bookshelf, getting it in order, and we shouldn't be surprised that one day the Holy Spirit comes to the child and says, look, see, you have sin in your life and you need to ask Jesus to forgive your sin. And He draws them, He shows them what they need to do. It's because we've been faithful. Matter of fact, I've thought many times we should have a picture of that child's baptism and then go back to all those preschool teachers, all those elementary teachers, and let them put their thumbprint on the back of it, because they all invested time in telling the child about Jesus, about these things of God. And the Holy Spirit used all of it in order for the child to understand and to know. It's a sweet thing that we get to be a part of leading a child to Christ, and we just don't know when, because that part's up to the Holy Spirit.